Hey everybody, it's Funny here once again. Hope you're doing well. Today I'm rambling about the Noise QPAS. It is the quad peak animation system, and it sounds like this. Okay. Sorry, got some craziness going on in that one. That was Super Saw coming out of the Mind Phaser. Well, Saw Wave coming out of the Mind Phaser into the Super Saw tour. I love the Super Saw, but I think we're going to start out with this one on something a little more straightforward, just for funs. So, like I have been mentioning a couple times, we are going to be moving the disclaimer into the description below, so check that out. Nothing's new on that front, but it is in a text format instead of me repeating it every day for the rest of my life. But I will say thank you so much to Jesse Monosynth for lending this to me for this video today. I super appreciate it. I've always wanted to check out the QPAS, and I said I wasn't going to stand in every video, last video when I talked about my case. Here I am standing because I can't reach the top one from here. So this video isn't about that though. We're going to talk about the QPAS. So what is it? 20 HP quad peak filter. And I'm always a little fuzzy on the specifics when it comes to that sort of thing because it's stereo, so technically it's like does that make it 8? I don't think it makes it 8. I think it's 2 on each side, but then there's also 3 different filter types and then the summed output. So anyway, it's a lot of peaks, it's a lot of filters, it's a lot of stereo goodness, and I'll say right off the rip that in that vein, it can do mono in and stereo out, but it also applies more peaks to mono output. So we got stereo going right now. And in the mono mode, right now we're hearing a mix of stuff, but maybe let's just get down to the saw wave. Pure analog saw wave from the Operat, and just do a filter sweep. Cue's a little, maybe let's put our rotate. And just for a really scientific term, it sounds good. It sounds really nice. Analog filter, good. Analog stereo filter, very good. If you're here, you've probably heard a lot of videos about it. It's based on the Moog Voyager, and I'm not sure if the filter that's inside the Moog Voyager, and I'm not sure, I know the founders of Make Noise were a ex-Moog employee. I know there's some big Asheville, I guess not anymore because Moog left Asheville, but there's some big North Carolina? Sorry, I was in South Carolina when I went there, but I believe it's in North Carolina. There's some Carolinian roots that are running deep with the QPAS and the Moog it's based off of, or inspired by, but it sounds really good. Just straight up. I don't think this makes it a ladder filter because of its different peak system, or the unique peak system, but it sounds really good. Here's the band pass. And it squelches, which is something that a ladder filter, at least based on the things people said in my video on the stairs, that it's not supposed to get very squelchy, but this band pass really squelches. Yes. Let's go to high pass. Again, I'm not a big high pass person, but I know it has a place in a signal route. I just don't know where I would use it, but I'll talk about some interesting signal ideas. However, let's get into again, all of these peaks are being doubly applied to the mono output for now, so we'll just run back through it quick in a moment. This is the smile pass. It's sort of like a sum of all of them, I believe, or it's applying all of the peaks across it, so there's no hard cutoff. Just crazy, gooey goodness. And on that front, let's throw in the stereo output, and that will broaden our ear candy domain by putting the peaks on either side. If I, hear a little bit of something. Here, I'm gonna completely bypass the way I was summing the mono signal to stereo before, and we're just going to go direct into the mixer, so no VCA, no nothing. Smile pass. Let's try this. Radiate. Sorry, I thought it was rotate. It's radiate. So this is the position of the different peaks. This is really interesting. If I send... it's very interesting to move those around in the smile pass mode, because if I move my cutoff around, that's audio, right? Let's get down to LFO. Let's just send an LFO positive. There's a little bit of randomness in my LFO, and that is intentional. I just like to hear a little bit of chaos. If we do tons, if we do lots of resonance in the smile pass mode, pitch up the apparatus so it doesn't kill your ears. Pitch it down. Yeah, stereo smile pass goodness. Now, Q's down. Let's get into the high pass again. In stereo mode now. Sounds good. I won't mess with the Q too much because we already went through these in the mono output mode, but more Q in the band pass. I really like this. And we could do volt per octave tracking too by the use of 2 FM inputs. Maybe we'll just do some of my LFO to it. Sounds so good. No sequence going in. Let's go back to low pass, which is the king, in my opinion. There is a VCA on board too, which you saw in the first demo. Level input. I was just saying in the ladder filter video as well for the after later audio stairs that I had never tried a filter with a level input on it, and here the QPAS has a level input. Let's bring it in. Yeah. Let's send a volt per octave to my apparatus. This is not quantized, and that's okay. You want bleep and bloop modular? Have some bleep and bloop modular. Let's rotate our peaks. send another envelope to open our filter a little bit on every gate. Let's cue. Move our peaks more. And honestly, I love how this sounds. I loved how the what's the qubit stereo dipole sounded, but this just is more straightforward, and I can't believe I'm going to say that for Make Noise thing, because I have, much to the chagrin of many of the bullies in the comments, sorry, I need to extend my envelope a little bit more, add some decay, just so you can hear that filter move a bit. So you can hear that filter move a little bit more. Much to the chagrin of the bullies in the comments, I find the esoterica of the Make Noise stuff kind of frustrating. Like, I recognize it's probably a lot of it as a beginner, right? You, as a expert, probably know, yeah, obviously this control is for that, or the Rene Mark II, all of the menu diving and stuff is like fun and experimental, and you want to feel like a mad scientist when you're doing it and stuff. But for me, I just don't have the patience for any of that stuff. I want to make techno. I want to have fun. I want to have excitement in modular, and the QPAS definitely does that, which is kind of a crazy thing for me to say, because I find a lot of their stuff is not very immediate, but the QPAS, very immediate. It just seems like really easy to dial in. However, the Make Noisisms don't stop. There is also, instead of modulating our frequency, let's modulate these mystery inputs. Well, because every $500 piece of equipment needs a unlabeled input, right? What does it do? It's some sort of envelope thing, and they act differently. This one, I don't know if it's more subtle and the same effect, but you can also modulate the rotate, or radiate. Again, I wish they just labeled these things simply, or, I don't know, it's Make Noise. Don't label it at all, right? This one, it's a mystery. It sounds really good. It's it's supposed to be a decay envelope for peak animation, I heard? I don't know. To which I say, come on. But that aside, the one thing I wanted to demonstrate that is really fun, and no, it's not the headaches of reading a manual for something that isn't even in there. We're going to go in and try and make a crude all-pass filter. Bandpass going in, running out of cables, coming up, running out of room too. I do not want to use a right angled cable there. Sorry, y'all. Cable's in. Sorry, you can see the new lighting shows off every beautifully detailed piece of cat hair that are on these patch cables that somebody applied masking tape to for whatever reason. All right. You say, why don't you use the Smile Pass? Well, apparently the Smile Pass isn't exactly the same, but I do find it sounds better with the Smile Pass. Now, Jesse suggested, we got lots of cables, we got lots of cat hair attached to masking tape gunk. Jesse suggested something similar in this patch, and he said that if you throw audio rate modulation at it from here, which we're going to do via the Mind Phaser, we're going to take our triangle out. You get a crude all-pass filter, which can do phase distortion. So let's hear it. And it sounds crazy. In good, too. And I don't know. I'm sure all of the comments are coming about why this sounds so good. And I invite them, but please don't bully me too hard. I won't make that joke that you're thinking of. Radiate. Up. Resonance up. Sweep in. We got audio rate. No, let's start with an LFO to modulate the frequency. Go up an octave. Not quite there yet, but we'll get there. Yep, there we go. And I hear Laquelic in there. happens if I bring in some more forms on the oscillator side? Yes. Go up an octave. There's some ratios in there. Oh, metallic-y, 4-man T. What if I do audio rate to the, I don't know, this thing, the mystery. Anyway, these are the reasons you do modular, right? I really like how it sounds. Let's send some reverb at it. Sorry, I need to patch it into my reverb. Reverb in. We're going to get a little doomy, which I love to do. A little less doomy. Level up. Ratio up. Drums in. Speed it up. Pitch down. Oh yeah. All of this is from one saw wave. Make our decay a little longer. Again, I'm using the VCA on board, which is sweet, but if we let it drone, more reverb. You're allowed to have fun. Yeah, there's a nice, oh! No reverb. Other filter, sorry. Couldn't help myself. These are the moments that modular is for. If I take out my mystery, try the other mystery input. Resonance up. Take that out. 2 FM sources. Negative. What if we do radiate? See, I always groan when they say, when they call other things that aren't synth voices or oscillators make noise, always calls everything synthesizers, like the maths is a synthesizer, and I'm always like, come on. But the QPAS, I think we're, yes, making a synthesizer. And I love how easy all of this was to do, too. Again, unusual. And I'm super stoked. I was reading a thread where they were talking about what's a special filter to Eurorack, and the first thing that kept coming up was the QPAS. Let's go back to LFO on the 1. Yeah, see? Oh, okay. Maybe I'm becoming a convert. I'm not a hater, I promise. I just hate myself. Let's go back into this mystery input. Now I do want to try a stereo input in to this madness because we didn't demonstrate a stereo input in before. So I'm going to take vert iter legio out in the left. Is it crazy enough for you? Because this is what I am here for. This is what I'm in Eurorack for. Get that digital stereo filter in. Send a pitch, shall we? Bass. Yeah. And into that front because I'm having too much fun in this Euro rack. You're not allowed to have fun. Let's go in and get straight back to the low pass. And maybe we'll just take all of this out and patch the in here. Sorry. Everything's new, everything's moving. Sorry. In you go. Low pass. Low pass. Resonance up. Stereo goodness reverb. Need my VCA actually, sorry. This is too complicated to not have it. VCA in, reverb out for a moment. Sorry. Let's take that LFO out too. Let's send it a VCA, or sorry, a gate. The same gate that we're using for our VCA. Just open the filter a little bit. And it just it excels as a straight up ladder, or straight up low pass rather. Awesome. Reverb. Distortion. Another filter. Sorry, 2 layers of delay. Reverb out. This level offset also I think this adjusts the exponential curve of it too. Because you hear how it stays open longer here, right? Yeah. Anyway, make Noise QPAS quad peak animation system. This is Rambling About. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, like and subscribe, and all of that YouTube crap that they tell me to do all the time in the creator's dashboard. And I hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you soon.